Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, so I decided to make a video. It's been a month. Been playing Smash Brothers for like 10 hours a day for like the last month. Really enjoying it. Been on Smash boards, GameFAQs, Reddit, all these different websites, and I see that everybody's got themselves in a frenzy about a lot of issues with the game, primarily, mostly, like, you know, the online, GSP, how everything works, lag, etc. So I thought that I would do some research. Years of research, as the meme goes. So let's dive right into this. The number one question that I get the most is probably how the online works. So let's take a look at it. I think that the first thing that I am going to address is the online and how it works. Okay? I've been playing this game since launch day. Okay? And on launch, it seemed that the average number that it took to get a character into Elite was around 400 to 450k to get into Elite. Okay? And the overwhelming opinion on why it was so low and why it's been getting higher is because as new people buy the game, basically when they start playing online, it raises the threshold for what the requirement is to get into Elite. I've played with every character for the most part. Some characters are better than others, as you can see. I'm shit with Mario. Pretty good with Donkey Kong. You know, decent with a few others. You know, just going through them all real quick. I'm actually pretty good with Luigi, but I went on a ridiculously bad winning streak with him. I'll get into details about that. Some characters who I don't touch much kind of just get their GSP raised due to the fact that averages go up when you don't touch them much. Anyway, I try picking up new characters every now and then, like Game & Watch. Other characters, like I said, who I don't play much, just kind of like stay in the mid-range. But on to the actual questions that I see a lot. So number one, what is the threshold to get into Elite? Unfortunately, there's no clear-cut answer here, but I think that I have done a lot of digging, made phone calls to Nintendo Online, and think that I have a decent answer to this question. So, I'm going to play a match as I talk, and try and explain to the best of what I understand from speaking with Nintendo and playing the game as to how this works. I called Nintendo Online for the first time about 2 weeks after playing this game. At that point, I probably had played, I don't know, maybe 500 matches, something like that, and Okay. So basically, what ended up happening was the first question I had them answer me was kind of me playing coy, and I asked them, so what exactly is GSP? Now, full disclosure, I have kids, and they seem to care way more about GSP than I do, because I have not played this game much since I was in college. I'm 38, by the way. I've been playing Nintendo since before probably a lot of people, you know, who might be seeing this video have. And anyway, what I like the most about this game and what makes it my favorite fighting game is the fact that I just love seeing all my Nintendo characters represented. But getting on to the question of how the GSP works, is what they told me is that GSP really doesn't mean anything. What it is a representation, the number that is, of basically how many players you're better than. That seems to be the very common theory, and it seems to make sense. I know a lot of players online wish there was a leaderboard to let you know where you stand and things like that, because there's a lot of games online that seem to have features like that, like Fortnite, Call of Duty, but Papa Sakurai doesn't seem to want this game to be too competitive, because a lot of kids play it. Probably the same reason that taunts were removed online, which really kind of screws over a lot of characters whose taunts do more than, you know, just show off flair. But the point is that GSP, I think, number one, is regional. I specifically live in the northeast of the United States, okay? Even more specifically, I live on Long Island, okay? So, while I couldn't get a straight answer from Nintendo Online as to where the border lines were drawn, I kinda am guessing that to live in the northeast means that I am paired with a lot of people probably from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, maybe Maine, lower provinces in Canada, because I do have smash tags from players in Canada. So that system doesn't bother me that much, honestly. What I think gets a lot of people confused, however, is like when somebody posts, let's say like on GameFAQs, hey, I just got into Elite and I have 2.1 million GSP. And then another player will be like, hey, I got 2.9 million GSP and I didn't get into Elite and I'm using the same character. What the fuck? So, here's the thing. I think Nintendo is trying to do some data mining. I think that Nintendo sees that a lot of players in Elite are using sword characters, like all the Fire Emblems, and sword characters in general. So like Link, Ike, Chrom, Roy, Cloud. I'll even go so far as to say Mii Sword Fighter, Shulk, and then there's other characters that I kind of see an overwhelming amount of online. I see Marth and Lucina, Young Link, Don't see many Toon Links, even though he has a sword. But I see a ridiculous amount of K rules. I see a ridiculous amount of people using Inkling. It kind of seems like if you're on the top half of the character selection screen, there's a good chance that I got a shot at playing against you. Unless you're ice climbers. I almost never see ice climbers. Now the bottom half of the map I feel is completely underrepresented online. Don't see a lot of the Miis. I don't see a lot of Greninja. Don't see a lot of Pac-Man. Don't see a lot of Bowser Jr. Almost never ever see Duck Hunt, which kind of makes me sad because I play Duck Hunt almost exclusively. Don't see a lot of Rosalina and Luma. Don't see a lot of Wii Fit Trainer. Don't see a lot of Villager. Don't see a lot of Rob. Don't see a lot of Olimar. Don't see a lot of DDD. Sonic I see only if they're really good. But the bottom half of the character select is very, very underrepresented. The new characters, however, I feel like a lot of people play. I see Incineroar, Isabelle, K. Rool, Richter, Simon, and Ridley a lot. So, I think a lot of the confusion comes down to the fact that people don't understand that this is regional. And here's my rationale behind that. Again, this is my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. If it was not regional, and let's say they just set it at, okay, it takes 3 million to get into Elite, no matter what character you are. Now, wouldn't that mean that people that can abuse the system and just set their preferences to one stock and 1 minute would all just use characters that can suicide themselves, like Chrom, Ganon, Bowser? Wouldn't those characters just basically all dominate the top? And then Nintendo would be like, okay, well, why are there so many of these characters in Elite? There must be something wrong with them. But I think once they looked a little deeper and saw the preferences that they were all using, they'd be like, well, they obviously have an advantage on preference because all Bowser has to do is grab you once, throw you off the stage, and he wins. Even Donkey Kong kind of has a suicide. If Donkey Kong grabs Richter or Simon, throws them, they have no way of recovering. Like, their recovery is so dog shit that a Simon versus a Donkey Kong is a joke. Now, I'm not saying that that means Donkey Kong is objectively better than these characters. You know, if you put a 3-year-old Donkey Kong versus somebody who's Simon and Richter that's been playing this game since Melee, I would hope that the player playing those characters would win, but the amount of skill that it takes to play them is far and away a lower amount of skill that it takes to play Donkey Kong. So that's why I think it's regional. I also see people posting online that they don't see a lot of other characters that I do see a lot of. And then I ask them where they're from, and then I say, well, that must be why. The meta game is just different where you're from. So keep that in mind too. Maybe where you're from, you see a lot of Toon Link and a lot of Dark Pit. I also see a lot of Pikachu and Pichus, who are one of the most annoying characters for me personally to fight against. Let's go again. I think the chances of me fighting a character that doesn't have a sword is always welcome. That was great to see a Snake. I don't see Snake a lot. So let's move on to the lag. Now, people are always asking how to reduce the lag. One of the best ways to reduce the lag overall, without doing anything too crazy, is first, before you even bother buying anything, is to change the MTU settings. Wow. Okay. I never see this character. I get scared when I fight against Bowser Jr., honestly, because this character is fucking crazy. Anyway, so, change your MTU settings on your internet preferences in your Switch from 1400, which I think is the default, to 1500, and you should have a better connection. Also, if you're playing on a smart TV, there should be an option to change your TV into a game mode. And the reason that that'll help is because what it does is the input lag that you're experiencing online should get reduced. Input lag is extremely important. Now, if you're a guy that likes to play free-for-alls, have items and hazards and all that crap, you know, then this info is not for you. It doesn't matter. You're just playing for fun. You don't care about, you know, winning so much. It's not that big of a deal. I'm really only giving this info out to players who really are trying to get into Elite, players who want to get better, maybe play competitively. So just keep that in mind too. The things I'm saying, for the most part, are just, you know, kind of pro tips. I've been playing this game for like 20 years. I don't consider myself a pro, but I do consider myself very knowledgeable. I also work in IT, so I have a decent understanding of how, you know, connections work and how internet works in general. Oh, you got me, Ludwig. I love losing to characters like this because they're so underrepresented. Anyway, so I actually like to play as this character too. So I would also recommend, after changing your settings on your TV to game mode, and after changing your TV to game mode, what you should do is you should basically go out, if you're still experiencing lag, and buy yourself somewhat cheap, I think they're like somewhere between 20 and 30 USD depending on where you live, and get yourself a wired connection. To be 100% honest with you, the lag did slightly get better, but I don't know if it's due to that connection I got, or if it's the fact that in addition to the wired connection I got, what I also bought is I bought a hotspot for my room. Me and my wife are far away from our internet router, which is where our other computer is upstairs. So the router is kind of far. So what we did is we got a hotspot, which is right in our room. So it reroutes the signal and brings it directly into our room. So as you can see, the lag's not terrible, if there is any at all. The final thing you can do, it might, you know, kind of make people think you're salty, but sometimes it's really just annoying. So what I do is, if I'm playing against a player who has really bad lag, and they might have this bad lag for multiple reasons. One, because they're a kid playing like at McDonald's and using their Wi-Fi. The other reason might be just because they're playing in an undocked mode and they're in the back of mom's car. The third reason could be is they just haven't taken the steps that you've taken to making your connection better, which is understandable, and I'm not doing it just to be salty. What I am doing though is I'm encouraging them to take the steps that we've taken just to make things better for everybody. If everyone is not going out of their way to improve their connection, then it kind of screws it for everybody. I'm gonna lose to Bowser Jr. This is hilarious. So, yep. Good game, bro. That was fucking awesome. Oh, wow. Oh, I had the misfire. I could have got back on the ledge. I'm really not paying 100% attention right now. I figured you guys would just want to watch the game as I'm playing. Nice. You know what? I want to rematch him, because I rarely get to play against this character. So, just running down that list again. Get a wired connection. Change your TV settings to game. Change your MTU to 1500. And the very last thing I'm going to say is, if people have a really bad connection, just you gotta block them. Unfortunately, Nintendo only lets you block 100 people, and again, not to sound like I'm some elitist or salty about it, but I just block people that have really bad preferences or connections. If I see that they're, you know, playing on stages that are very graphically intense, like WarioWare Incorporated, and the background is constantly changing, and the stage moves, I know that it's not going to be able to be handled, because Nintendo uses a peer-to-peer system, and, you know, it's just going to cause more lag. Now, here's what I did when I called Nintendo Online. I basically asked them, hey, is there a chance that you guys in the future are going to upgrade from USB 2.0 to 3.0? And the woman said that she didn't know. And I said, is there a chance that you could link me up with a supervisor, because I would love to know what he says. And, you know, I had to wait a few minutes. It wasn't very long. I might have been on the phone for like a total of a half an hour. Most of it was just me playing Smash Brothers while I waited. And I just kind of said to him when I got on the phone, is there anything that you could tell me? And while he didn't have any concrete evidence, he did say I would be more than happy to mention it to the higher-ups and recommend it to them. Because we have gotten, again, this is him talking, he said we have gotten a lot of requests for it. So the more people that mention it, the more likely it is that Nintendo will go out of their way to take the steps necessary to improve the internet. So my number one recommendation to everybody is going to be, hey, you know what you guys need to do? Call Nintendo Online, take 20-25 minutes out of your day, speak to a supervisor, and tell them, yo guys, get the fucking 3.0. It literally is double the transfer speed from 250 megabytes per second, megabytes, sorry, to 480. Do you have any idea the difference that'll make? So for all you guys who like to play with items, free-for-alls, stuff like that, we wouldn't have the issue of people like me banning you for the sheer fact of just not wanting to have to deal with the lag. It's not an issue with other games like Call of Duty and stuff like that, so just do it, you know, call them up, give them some feedback. Going on forums and complaining about it is not going to help the situation. It's really just going to start flame wars and have people telling you to get good. You know what I mean? The final thing is about GSP and Elite and things like that. I've had been in Elite with a few characters a bunch of times. With a few characters, I've gotten in with Donkey Kong, I've gotten in with Duck Hunt, Pac-Man, Luigi. I fell out with Luigi like a week after the game came out, once the threshold was at like 1.2 million or something like that, and I haven't been able to get back, because I feel like Luigi is just complete dog shit, or at least I'm not good enough with him against a lot of the characters in Elite. But you guys need to stop stressing about getting into it. It's not that big of a deal. Also, until Nintendo fixes the online to being able to change your character and have preferences match, it's too much of a stressful climb up a hill. And as you can see, because I've blocked literally as many people as I can, I, for the most part, get my preferences and don't have to worry about it. So it really just comes down to how much do you care. I just have stopped really giving a fuck about it. Arenas are your best friend a lot of the time. So those are my thoughts. I am going to actually make a tier list soon. It's not going to be like your regular tier list that you guys probably see a lot by the pros. Because I don't think that there's any character that is objectively better than another, like a lot of people do in this game. I think tier lists are solely fashion trends, and they're just based like almost 90% on matchups. Wow, this little Mac's kicking my butt. But I don't think there's anything else I can really tell you about the internet and how it works. It really just kind of comes down to what you're doing to fix the situation. Because we're all in this together. There's not a whole lot that can be done. So I feel like what we need to do is just come together, start agreeing on the best situation that we can get into. And yeah, once I get my tier list out, I'm probably going to start putting some videos in as me playing as some of my favorite characters and just playing some online matches. I'm still going to play online, just not as much, because I've really gotten disenchanted with the lag. And the fact that I can't block people anymore, because Nintendo puts a hard cap on the number of people you can block. It's just really annoying. So, that's over, Little Mac. Oh, wow. That was a nice mix-up. Yeah, it's just gotten to the point where I've just stopped caring. Come on, Little Mac, get close. Come on. Game over. Come on, go to the air. What? What was that? His head has super armor? Okay. I want to play him again now. So, yeah. As you can see, I'm not that good at this game. So I don't really think I'm that great. I'm really good with Duck Hunt, in my opinion. I think that it's a combination of people just not knowing what to do and spamming my campy techniques. I do struggle against certain matchups, but that really is it. In summary, I just wanted to make this video to let people know how you can improve the online situation. For now, it's kind of a team effort because so many people I've blocked based simply on the fact that, you know, their preferences are just destroying how badly I oh, he didn't want to rematch me. Daisy's a beast. Daisy and Peach. Oh god, are they annoying. But it's always good to have range against her, because that damn reflect is so abused. See how bad he wants to use that reflect on me? I had a really good match against this character actually the other day. The fact that they can use it in the air is really annoying too. But I just can't believe I got beat by that little Mac. That guy was pretty good. I'm also, you know, talking less now. But this is a game where you really gotta focus. Oh, that was crap. Goodbye. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna grab spam you, bro. If you're just gonna use Toad over and over again, I'm just gonna grab spam you. I like a Toad spamming Peach or Daisy. That just means that I'm gonna grab spam. Come on, just do it. Oh, wait, don't kill me. No! Shit. Ah, that's alright. You don't want to get near me? That's okay. I'll come to you. Oh wow, they're really bad at edge guarding. They should be throwing turnips at me. See, what you gotta do is you gotta wait for Toad to come out and then punish them. Oh, what? That area of effect bullshit on the dress is really annoying. Whatever. Yeah, they're scared now. They don't want me up a stock. Another thing about tier lists that really bothers me is that I'll notice, like, when a top pro places with them or somebody beats a top pro with them, suddenly I'm online and everybody's fucking playing that character. It's just like, play a character you like, man. Stop following fashion trends. Just play a character that you fucking like. You're not going to be good with that character just because it was beating a pro the other day. Like, get over yourself. Alright, you're done, man. All I gotta do is hit you once. Oh, God, fuck. You're so annoying. If that reflect kills me, I'm gonna be so salty, bro. That's like her confirm at this point. Oh, I missed the kill hit. Oh, oh, oh! Bye-bye. Okay. It should not be that hard to kill her, honestly. But, that's it, guys. I just, wanted to go over a few things. Hope you enjoyed that. I got a tier list coming. It's gonna break down the tier list in a unique way. It's gonna be a little bit different from what you've probably seen. like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Probably do the tier list either later today or tomorrow. Alright, thanks a lot. Mountain Man plays out.